Okay, today we're going to be testing picking on these containers of lip balm, pulling them out of the box such that they can be placed on some sort of conveyor. And to do so, we're going to be using a KVG60 unit. It's got two SI32 3-stage cartridges inside. It's about 230 millimeters long. It's got the FR 5.5 millimeter flow restrictors, and one major thing to note here is the step pattern on the foam. Is the superfine step pattern. The holes are small in diameter, they're very close to one another, and you can see on the top and bottom edge of the foam, they're very, very close to the edge, and on the left and right edges, they start, very close to the edge of the foam, and they kind of taper in. This will be useful for a couple of reasons. Main reason being that the major concern with this application is the edges, the containers on the edges of the array here. You can see there's gaps and whatnot. Also in this front left corner there's kind of a lip, or a little lip on the inside of the box. This might be troublesome when trying to place the Kenos unit straight down from the top. It might catch on this edge here. Would suggest maybe a box that doesn't have this lip on the inside. So we will try picking various edges. We'll shake up the array, kind of randomize it, and then we'll push all the containers to one side of the box, if you will, such that there is a large gap on the opposite side, and try making the pick there as well. We also use the same tool to pick up the slip sheet that is in between layers. There are 5 layers within this box. I'm confident that the slip sheet will be absolutely no problem for this setup. And ultimately, rather than using obviously the KVG60 unit, I recommend using a custom KVGL unit. The inner dimensions of the box, the KVG unit will fit just inside. It will have the superfine step pattern. But one thing to note with that superfine step pattern on the KVGL is that there may be a wave pattern almost on the edges of the foam, rather than kind of this taper here, just for some mounting screws for the internal components here. But we're going to turn on the air, and we're going to try making some picks on the edges and see how it goes. And then we'll try picking up the slip sheet as well. But as you can see, I'm easily able to make that pick. The flow restrictors in here will allow you to pick up either an entire foam pad's worth of containers or just one single container. As you can see. Alright, now we're going to try picking on this edge where the containers are mostly pressed against the edge of the box. And we should have no problem doing this either. Yeah, no problem. You can see this container here, it only covers maybe 1 or 2, probably 2 holes on the foam itself, and it's still able to make that pick and hold it in here. That's due to the flow restrictors inside the unit. So now we're going to try pulling all of the containers towards one side. You can see there's some pretty big gaps here, and see what we can pick. We'll try picking from this corner first, and then we'll try picking from this front corner, just because the unit's not long enough to fit the entire inner length of this edge here. Dropped one. That corner, there's only maybe 1 or 2 holes covered. This won't be an issue with that. The KVG outlet will be able to pick up the entire layer. Randomize it again and try picking, with some gaps. I'll try this edge now. Now, as quickly, we'll try picking on the slip sheet, which will not be an issue. Again, these random drops, on the corners won't be happening because of a much wider, longer unit. It'll cover the entire array.